we have I've hit the green button. It's just hit to go live.
Exactly. Just hang in there, and hopefully we will be live very soon. Let me know if you see, because I'm just
I'm checking it says excellent on my end, so I think it's almost live-ish. Or maybe it's already.
yeah, should be right. Okay. Can we go? Can I go?
Yeah, we're live.
Can We are live? Look at that now. Yeah, we are. With that said, very much welcome to That Beautiful Life podcast. My name is Rodney Bergström. I'm sitting in Sweden, in Stockholm, the capital city of the country of Sweden, and talking to you guys. Very much welcome again. It is episode 242 in this series, and as always, I'm not sitting here alone. That would be a bit boring. We have company and my dear friend, Mr. Kidus Campbell, in the beautiful Reading, in the beautiful UK. Well, I don't know if it's beautiful right now, but let's say it's beautiful. How
Let's
are
say it's
you?
beautiful. I'm fine. I'm fine. I think that's the best thing. Let's
That
say it's
intro, yeah.
beautiful. It's a bit time of the year. It's colder. It's getting darker. So winter time, it's getting darker quite early.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say, not really my favorite time of the year when it gets so dark so early. I find these days I don't get out as much, which is bad. I need to get out more.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I mean, it can be a bit like it's here. It's been very slippery because it was
Mm-hmm.
like a bit plus degrees, and then all of a sudden it went like minus. So
Mm-hmm.
very slippery. I can imagine some people just broke a leg or two, and not in a good way. Break a leg can mean something positive sometimes.
Yeah.
Also, hello Nalu, nice to have you here again. Hope you're fine, and
Oh, it's
hello
Nalu in the
Leonor.
chat.
Yeah,
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
hope you guys are fine as well. Yeah, now it's express train towards holiday season and Christmas. It's I we've talked about this before. I can't believe what is it now? It's the 11th of December, right? I
11th of
think.
December. Today's the 11th of December. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. It
already.
is.
Look at that now.
Tuesday is,
Yeah.
is the 11th.
So,
The month is flying by. We're gonna soon be in to be honest, it's gonna be January in like a split second.
I was just about to say it because usually the experience. I mean, we celebrate Christmas like properly, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
This time around, we're gonna yeah, we fixed the rental car, by the way. We're gonna go
Ooh.
down to my wife's parents and celebrate Christmas there together with her parents and some cousin or two, I believe it is,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, and his brother and his family. So it's gonna be nice. And then
Mm.
when we come back, it's gonna be New Year's Eve and everything here with my mom because she's staying with my sister over Christmas, and then she's gonna come here to Stockholm. So it's gonna
Voila.
be yeah.
Very good. Very good
You
indeed.
try to get your mind of family issues, so we might not talk as much. Now you can listen to us. We're gonna try to entertain you guys as good as we can.
As best
Uh,
as we can
yeah,
do.
as best as we can. Spread some uh, good holiday season energy or something like that. I don't know. We try.
Yes,
We
we
try.
shall. We shall
Regarding
do
that,
our utmost best.
doing stuff, and so. How has your week been over there in the beautiful Reading?
It looks weird that I'm kind of like looking around. I'm trying to just arrange stuff on my screen to the way I want it.
Yeah, I
Um,
started to wonder. I didn't want to say something, but I was thinking he's looking for something. Yeah,
yeah,
he's
I'm
looking
looking
for
for
something.
something. I was just trying to arrange everything. I hope you guys don't mind. I have to make sure everything is all set up. I don't usually set up. Usually I should set up these things before podcast, but yeah, I didn't really do all that in advance, and yeah. Anyway, that being said, my week has been it has been an intense week for me. I'd say that much. It has been there have been some highlights of the week. There have been some good things and there have been some bad things. I can't say so it's been a good week. I wouldn't say that. Um I can't say it's a bad week either. It's just been a week. It's
A
been
bit of a demanding week, I
a
hear.
very demanding week, and I've
Yeah.
felt quite demotivated throughout the week. I haven't really felt very
Okay.
motivated to do much of anything really this week,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because there were quite a few things I wanted to get done this week, but it just hasn't really panned out
No.
the way I wanted it to go. But I'll be honest, I can't wait for 2024 to end and try again next year. Honestly, I can't wait to just try again. But yeah, it's been a year. It has been a year. They've
Yeah.
been upsides, they've been downsides. This week has been a bit of that, and this week is a reflection of my year. The best way I can put it, this week is a reflection of my year.
Yeah, since it's a
Upsides,
bit of mix of everything, I guess, both the
yes.
ups and downs. Well, we've talked about those kind of things so many times, and sometimes that is the case.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about because, yeah, I mean, sometimes I also feel that you're not like getting anywhere, or you're stuck, and you maybe also have some misbelief once in a while. I also have that, when it comes to certain things that I
Hmm.
do, like also the music making and everything. You start to like it, but then something good happens. Like the other day, I sold music again. It was like I did my first wedding music track. Kind of interesting, by the way. I'm not talking about da, 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 that you have like in the church or something.
Hmm.
I'm talking about like it's labeled like that. It's like sentimental music, when people are looking through their photo albums and, oh, remember like 2 years ago we got married. So it's very like emotional, nice, beautiful stuff. But yeah, look at that now.
What did you
Someone in
play?
China bought the license. I don't know. That's the only thing.
What did you play at your wedding, though, Raj? Like, what kind of music did you play?
That's a very good question. We got married in 1995,
Hmm.
and I can't really remember. It's too long ago. I remember the party afterwards and everything because it was so special. The whole setting was a bit weird. It was terrible weather. It was
Hmm.
raining. The lightning struck down in the actual church before we went in there and took
Wow.
our vows. Yeah, it was insane. We dropped the ring. The ring disappeared the same
Mhm.
afternoon after we had been at the photo session, for the photos before the wedding. My my brother-in-law
Mhm.
that was married to my wife, unfortunately he's not no longer alive. He went there after like closing time and time tried to get into the store to get the ring because we thought we left it there, but we hadn't. It showed up the day after in a freaking shoe because it had dropped down into a
Wow.
shoe. It's so absurd. So we borrowed a ring from our best friends, or the what's it called? Like, not, well, they are good friends, but also musicians, of
Mhm.
course. But what is it called? Well, you have your no, maid. Is that
I think they
what?
call it. There's bridesmaid and
What's
groomsmen. I think that's what they
yeah,
call
so
it.
groomsmen and May. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So she borrowed Annalie, my wife, her ring. So
Mhm.
yeah, so we got married, but not really the way we thought we would. And my parents were, so they had just had like a stomach flu,
Mhm.
because at that point in time, my sister's son and daughter were still quite small.
Mhm.
And I remember Dad said, "I have never been so bad when it comes to having the stomach flu as I was the days before, and also partly during your wedding." And yeah,
Wow.
he was I they was so it was a tense experience. You
Mhm.
have your thoughts, oh, it's gonna be like this, and it was great. It was a really like nice moment and everything.
Mhm.
uh, Very long saying here, but I thought it was interesting to share this with you. Maybe we haven't talked so much about it, but it was so weird. But of course, also a joy because afterwards, when we woke up, me and Anneli, at a hotel in the small city Växjö, close to, not too far away from where she has been growing up,
Mhm.
uh, we we had our bag like with extra like other clothes, so we could change clothes the day after.
Mhm.
And that morning is when she put her foot down in the shoe, and she was like, "Wait, what is this?" And then she saw this small little box or casket, the one with a ring.
Mhm.
And we were like, because we bought that ring in New York actually,
Ooh.
when we went there, well, a couple of years earlier or something. I don't know. And it was, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it was, yeah, like all signs saying, don't do it. Exactly, it's true. Yeah, it's like the whole yeah, preventing us from getting married, or hire, something above there. Or as they say, if it's bad weather and things are going a bit here and there, it's actually a good thing
Mhm.
because then I don't know. It's just something I've heard that people say. Well, here we are. Like I said, 1995, and
Hmm.
this was a long time ago now, and we're still around. We're still together.
I
Can't
think I
believe
think
it.
as well too. Diamonds are like as a saying about like diamonds that they're formed under a lot of pressure, and so
Ah,
like if your relationship was formed under a lot of pressure and it survives, then that it's a strong relationship. So yeah, I think it's a bit of
yeah.
that. So.
Yeah, I think so. With that said, also to what you're describing here, sorry for taking like a part here in your week, but I thought it was nice to talk about it. I guess with that, what you just said, everything also from my experiences, both regarding this kind of thing together with my wife, obviously other things too, but it kind of if you go through these things
Hmm.
and like the challenges and rise again like a bird of phoenix bird, then I think you usually come out stronger. That's at
Hmm.
least my experience. Also, when I had the period in like 99 2000 when I was quite ill for 2 years,
Yeah.
the problems with my stomach and intestinals and everything that almost broke me. But after that, when I got through, and you start to recover, you actually you get a bit stronger in many ways. So I think, yeah, as you said, it was a good one regarding the diamonds. So I haven't really thought about it, but it's true. Diamonds are made under quite some pressure. But
Yes, they
anywho,
are. They are indeed. But I think the most surprising thing to me is that you don't remember the music because just I remember like when I was visiting you, like a lot of times when we talk about stuff, the things that remind you of things is the music because as a
yes,
musician, it's like you remember the music. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
surprising that
I,
you
I
did.
feel almost bad not remembering. But as you hear, in a way, I'm a bit forgiven since it was so much focus around the things around the actual wedding, if that makes sense. The
Hmm.
ring was gone, the weather was shit, and the lightning was struck. It like came electricity out of the sockets in the church. Uh, yeah, everything was a bit upside down. Um, a bit of a kind of a romantic comedy kind of vibe with
My
a
kind
kind
of
of a
vibe.
good and happy ending in a way, to be
Hmm.
honest, when it comes to also finding the goddamn ring at the end. Well, that was that. But okay, so yeah, I hear you. You've had a bit of a mix week. I'm
I'm
switching
I'm just
back and
checking,
forth
looking
here.
at Nalu's comment. Nalu, I do have big muscles to kiss. I just hide it underneath all this fluff and the slim arms. That's what they're hidden underneath there. Um, Other than that, I guess I can say with regards to my wedding, I do remember the song, but granted I got married quite recently. Which for
You
me
should remember.
I should, yeah. Also, I picked the song, so it makes sense for me to remember. The
Yeah.
song, the song was Atlas. "Sunshine" by Atlas. Was the song,
Oh,
which
okay.
I picked
Mhm.
that song because it has the word Campbell's in it. Like there's a verse in it that says,
Ah,
"I break out the Campbells," and my name is Campbell, so it's kind of cool. Sort of, because also it's a nice song. It's one of my favorite songs. So
it
it
is
it
nice.
it
Yeah.
fit perfectly, and that was the song that we got married to. The only downside to that song is that there is one verse in the song right after he says that where he uses profanity, and we've got kids and everyone in the sort of wedding hall place. So I had my musician person, which I think was Chris, who was playing the music. I was like under strict instructions, like turn the song off after this point. So when it gets to this point, like cut the music. Um,
He should have put it in a beep.
I wish I'd taken the song and edited it myself and then just like
Yeah,
had the beep in there because and it's easier. But I
would have
didn't.
been fun.
It would have been fun, but at the end of the day, it was smooth. Everything was
Yeah.
cool. It was a great it was a pretty good day, I think. Other than that, I will say this weekend I did last weekend. Sorry, I spent the weekend at my brother's house. Went over to Ash and
Oh,
me,
okay.
Lex, and Eric went over to Ash's house and we had an e-football tournament. Just the four of us,
Oh,
and it was pizza. We were having Guinness
yeah.
and this other Polish drink. It's kind of like a malt, but it's not.
Mm,
I can't remember the name
okay.
of it. But it was really good. And we had pizza and that, and we played football together. Ash won one game against me. I beat everyone else, including Ash again, and then Lex beat Ash, And unfortunately, Eric didn't beat anyone, but he was a good trooper. And
Good.
yeah, we
As
had
long
a
as you guys had fun,
we had fun. I think we
yeah.
were having a good time. Oh, the name of the drink is Kami. Yeah, Karmi. It's a Swedish. It's a Polish drink. But yeah, generally that's kind of been it. Not much I can say about that.
That sounds
Um,
good.
Raj?
That sounded fun. Getting together, just the boys. Yeah.
Just the boys, yes.
Yeah.
And I've got plans for this weekend as well. So yeah, it's gonna.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got another plan. I'll
yeah.
tell you about it next week.
Yeah, exactly. Don't spoil. We
Yes,
need the content for next
we
episode.
do. I definitely can't do that. Also,
Yeah.
my hair looks extra fluffy right now. My missus actually detangled my hair. So one of the things about having hair like mine, for those who don't
Ah.
know, is my hair gets really like it curls so much that it
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
knots onto itself. So every now and then my hair needs to be detangled, right? And so my missus did some detangling of my hair this week. So not today, but I think yesterday and the day before, it was so curly and fluffy in a nice way. Had a nice
Hmm.
little shine to it.
Yeah.
I washed it last night, and so it's a bit dry now because I haven't moisturized it. But you can still see it's a bit like fluffier than usual.
Hmm.
So it's
Cool.
a bit
Yeah.
more manageable, but yeah,
Yeah.
it needs detangling every now and then just to keep it all voluptuous and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I will.
That's good.
There's one cool thing. One other cool thing. I keep coming up with these cool things. I went to Ty's school today to pick him up from school, and they had these science book and stuff that they have for like finishing their work and all this sort of stuff. And he was showing me his week. And in his book, there was some writing where he had like pictures and he had to write stuff about things. And there was a picture of a man, and he put, "My dad is glorious." And I was like,
That's beautiful.
yeah, surprisingly, he writes about me a lot in school. Nice things.
Oh man.
But yeah, he is man, he's a handful, but yeah. But he wrote something nice about me in school, so that's cool. Anyway, Raj, anything else you want to add about your week before we start talking about games and movies and all that kind of?
Yeah, I need to say something about
Mm-hmm.
my week. It hasn't been like special. Still waiting for at least one rehearsal with the band also before Christmas. That's gonna happen on Sunday. Everyone has been so busy and some people have been away and whatnot. But yeah, no, it's been good. I mean, I've been able to keep up my work, so to say. I'm trying now to catch up also exactly before Christmas because my mom is coming down on the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And then she go on the 22nd to Örebro, which is a city 2 hours ride from here. And then on the 23rd, we drive down to, yeah, as I said, down to my wife's parents and everything. So before that, I want to, try to, fix some extra content and whatnot for my channel and also, make the tracks I'm working on ready when it comes to music. So I can also relax a bit during the days we're gone because we're going to
Mm-hmm.
be away like 4 or 5 days at least down there and then come back. So yeah, but it's been okay. It's been definitely okay. I've been working out. I've been doing my stuff. It's been, yeah. I mean, as I said, it's been quite slippery here. Like in the beginning of the week, it's been around zero when it comes to degrees, and then it changed a bit up and down. But as you said, it's definitely winter, and of course that also means that it's not so much light. So, but I tried to, since you said you haven't been out so much, I actually try to still get out. I do get out, take my walk at after lunch, take a walk, and sometimes also in the evening. Maybe after I've been streaming like yesterday or after the podcast now, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And it really feels good because yeah, if you do it during the day, obviously you get some daylight, at least a bit of vitamin D, some.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't complain. It's actually been quite good. I'm a bit worried though. I know that it's been a kind of a debate here in Sweden now because the energy prices are going up again. Not
Yeah.
kind of
Same here.
expected due to, yeah, exactly, due to winter and everything, right? Because they were able to cut it down pretty much during the summer and into the fall. And one of the reasons I didn't know about this, I mean, I'm not gonna, I don't want to talk shit about Germany, but I mean, I've been there a lot. I've been traveling there and playing music, and I like Germany and all that stuff. But there's like a thing through EU, like a directive that you have to divide the country in different zones when it comes to like electricity and the cost.
Mhm.
And here in Sweden, for example, it's like I think it's Q1, Q4, Q3, yeah, up to 4 or 5 or even 6.
Mhm.
So up north, the electricity is quite is, yeah, it's cheaper than down here to be frank.
Mhm.
And it has to do with the fact how it's like transported, if that makes sense. It's like further down here. But the problem is Germany has not done what EU has said, so they don't have. They're like, no, we're not going to use this kind of zones. So they have one fee for the whole country, which is nice, makes sense.
Mhm.
But the problem is we are having electricity going from Norway through Sweden and down to Germany, and we have to pay for, to a certain extent for that shortcoming on Germany's behalf. Why Germany? Why?
Oh
Yeah,
wow! You see, this is
that's the
this
week.
this is why we need to, like, countries need to invest in stuff like nuclear energy or whatever
E-
else to just.
There we go.
Why are we still doing this stuff?
I have to add to this. I had to add to this. I've told you because what did Germany do? Yeah, they listened to the wrong advice, and
Hmm.
they took away like here in Sweden, they shut down quite a few nuclear plants, like, and so their
Now,
pants were down for
now
quite some
everyone's
time.
screwed. You know,
Yes.
just one thing. It's like, oh, we'll get cheap gas from Russia. No, no, everyone's screwed.
Yeah. No.
Now we all
No.
have expensive energy, and nuclear could have been perfect. Would have been fine. You know.
Yes, it's one of those things that we still need to have.
Mhm.
It's pure energy. We need to have that. We can't. I mean, here it's been also invested in wind power and everything, but it's not enough because when the wind is not blowing, there's no energy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like what?
It's kind of
Uh,
strange to hear the wind isn't blowing when we had a storm last week in Reading. It's like,
oh
oh, the wind
yeah.
isn't blowing, but we were hit by a storm. So
Oh,
it's
you were.
like,
What was it like? Yeah,
it was, I can't remember the name of the storm. Storm D something, I think was the name of it. It sort of
yeah.
was. It was really windy. Things were blowing all over the place. I lost a
Oh
glove.
shit.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I need to go.
Wow.
I need to go buy a new pair of leather gloves. But
Yeah.
yeah, generally it was, bins were flying all over the place. The next day you saw like trees had fallen down and all this sort of other stuff. But yeah, it was. It's a thing. Storms happen. La di da. Not as bad as
Yeah.
hurricanes in the Caribbean or storms in the Caribbean.
Nah.
I think
No.
it's a lot
It's
more. Here in the
true.
UK, I think
It's
what.
pretty light compared to what it can be, as you described it in some
Yes,
other
yes.
places.
Also,
I
I would
mean,
say as well, probably like on the coastline of the UK, it's probably as bad. Like Liverpool and those sort of cities that are literally on the shoreline. Whereas here where I live, it's sort of more inland. Once the winds start to blow for the island of England, it's sort of like it loses momentum. It loses
ah,
strength and power. So by the time it gets to me, yes, we get hit with the winds, but it's not as bad because trees were ripped out of the ground and stuff. But those were like coastline areas, not really
yeah,
inland like us. But yeah.
yeah. No, that's interesting. We've had a bit of those as well, actually, in Sweden, but not
Mhm.
like now as you're describing it. And I see, as you say, Miss A&R, yeah. You said something there. In Poland, we have worse, and here they told people to stay at home. Yeah, it's
That's
different
just
kind
because
of.
Polish people are just bears. Just like, they just live in the wilderness,
They can
the
hold on.
cold,
They know what to
everything. Just
do.
they're just like they just growl at the wind and don't care. Like, grrr. That's the only thing I can assume, right? It's the only reason. Regular
Could be
people
so.
look at the wind and it's blowing and howling, and you think, you know what? I think I might as well stay in today. Like I like living too much.
Yeah,
Um,
could be a good idea.
yes.
Yeah, but with that said, and the electricity price is going up for different reasons, and I said, I'm not going to talk too much about Germany again, but yeah, they started coal craft power plants instead, which is a bad idea as well. But
Stupid.
it's so much to talk about
Absolute
this. Uh,
ignorance.
yeah, we're not going to go there. Instead, yeah, Q, I think it's time to. I see also Naldo says here he has something funny to talk about when we get into the section when it comes to movie and telly and the gaming part.
Yeah. What do you want to do first? Games or movie and telly?
Um, let's do gaming first.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yes.
So I'm gonna change the. Oh god, I clicked something and now it's not doing the thing. Damn
Oh,
it. I'm gonna change the
Clickety click.
gameplay footage to the game that would.
Unclick.
Yeah, you know when you have to do these technical things. Right. So I'm gonna change the gameplay footage to the game that we're talking about this week. It's kind of small. I downloaded in 720p because I needed to download it quick. But I will stretch it. I've stolen this video footage from someone's YouTube channel, so I do apologize if this person is sees this and thinks, oh my god, they've stolen my footage. But we had short notice and time to put it together, and I did what I could. So
Sure. Yeah. And as said, I mean, since I've been playing, I've been streaming. We should have, yeah, communicated. I could have sent it some, but even so, let's get into this. What we're watching is, of course, Marvel Rivals that was released on Friday
yeah.
last week. Yeah, exactly. And this is something we have talked about. I've talked about it because I also played the play test, and already back then I was quite positive about the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is though not Marvel Rivals. Yeah, now it's Marvel Rivals. There we go.
Yeah, I think the person who filmed this footage, they were comparing it to like some other games, and they're like, oh, yeah.
Most likely doing
I didn't watch
comparisons,
it.
which
I don't know
makes
what the
sense.
video is. I just saw
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals, and it was like a short video, and I was like, great, it will download quicker.
Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
No, but it's out there now, and I've seen a lot of people having fun playing it. And I said I played it again. I've been streaming. I've been playing it with Crazy also.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy's my youngest son, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very good at it. He used to play some Overwatch 2 back in the days, but haven't really been playing exactly this type of game for some time. But even
Mm-hmm.
so, Marvel Rivals is fun. I think it's fun. I think it's a good free-to-play online multiplayer Overwatch kind of a shooter. We have
Hero
to refer
shooter.
to Overwatch. It's really hard not to do that
Mm-hmm.
because yes, it has a lot of similarities. Although we are here now in the Marvel universe
Mm-hmm.
regarding heroes and everything, or not heroes, but yeah, heroes. And they have added quite a few more.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a lot to choose from, and of course, different abilities. You can co-op in a certain way when it comes to some of the abilities. For example, Spider-Man and Parker, Miss Parker, and Venom get some good stuff together that you can use to your advantage when playing in the same team as those characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it plays well, it runs well, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And as said, I just have mainly positive things to say about the game. I
Mm-hmm.
recommend it if you are into these kind of hero like shooters
Mm-hmm.
and abilities, hero abilities as well, because that's what we're talking about, of course. Then for sure check out this game. It's free to play. I've been playing it well on PC, obviously, so it's on Steam and everything. I just heard that Steam has set a new record. They have had 40 million users at the same time on the platform.
Is it from this
40
game?
million.
Is it from this game? Has this game done it for them? Has it made it special? Is it
Well,
special?
it's it's of course overall, but I mean like users really being on the platform at the same time. That's a lot of people. I'm just saying that's again how huge Steam is, and that's why it's been mistakes made by many game developers when they have not had their game on Steam. I'm
Yeah,
just saying that again.
losing out.
Yeah, for
Trying.
example, as I said, X-Defined that it's getting sunset, the Ubisoft game that got a bit of a hype regarding being like a Call of Duty kind of
Mhm.
alternative or whatnot, but nope, not on Steam using the Ubisoft soft launcher.
Yeah, Uplay is
Uh,
terrible.
yeah,
I will say though about this game as well. This is from the developer publisher NetEase, Chinese
yes,
developer publisher. So they're also I know best known for a game called Naraka and Bloodstrike as well, which is one I think you covered as well, Raj.
yes, I played
Um,
Bloodstrike. Yes,
Dead by Daylight Mobile is also under them as well. That's
true.
also one of their titles. I'm just looking at it. Don't think that I know all this stuff. I'm looking at their website.
Oh, you know this stuff. I know you know. Yes.
They also known for Eve Echoes, and a few other games. Tom and Jerry being one of them. I didn't even know there was a Tom and Jerry game. So they've got a few games on their belt. They're very much a sort of online multiplayer focused developer. Once
It
Human is
is.
another one of their titles, and they're the guys behind this. It being a Marvel IP, but them having access to create this in their own style and give it that sort of like anime-esque sort of look. to it, which I think looks very nice. Like I think the visuals look very stylized and nice.
They do. They do. I like them. I like it's colorful. It's very like as it should be, like
Mhm,
comic book like looking. And
mhm,
yeah, it's good. It's cross-platform.
mhm.
It's gonna come. It's gonna most likely be. Let me think now because I've been talking about so many games recently. But it's supposed to be also for. Has it released on consoles? No, it's gonna be next year, I believe.
Is
And
it? I thought it
or
was.
has it?
I thought it probably released for everything at once. Let me
Yeah,
Google
probably
that.
done that already. No, I'm thinking about
Let
Strinova. I
me.
should
Here we
mix things
go.
up here. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
says
But it's
PlayStation.
crossplay. Crossplay. It has full controller support both for Xbox controllers and PlayStation controllers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when it comes to recommendations regarding the system and everything, like the minimum here is an Intel Core i5-6600K or AMD Ryzen 5
Mm-hmm.
1600X. 16 gigabytes of RAM, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or AMD RX 580,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, 70 gigabyte available space as well. Yeah, so I think you can play this on pretty low settings if you, or pretty decent settings, even if you have not like a really, really powerful PC, if you're going to play this on PC.
You can run this on
Um,
basic shit. That
mhm.
being said, it is available on the Xbox and the
Yeah,
PlayStation
it should
5.
be. It should be. I was thinking
And
about Strinova, which is getting released
Strinova,
later
though,
on.
I did jump back into Strinova after the release, and I was upset. I was very upset. All my unlockables were gone, and I was sad. I was like, no, this is
Yes, that is the
horrid.
case. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. It's horrible.
Very horrible. But
But
that
the game
means
is still pretty cool.
it
Yeah,
is pretty cool. But it
yeah.
sucked that I had to do over the tutorial and have all my stuff there as I left it, and I was sad. I was like, why did I even play the closed beta or open beta, whatever?
True.
You know, I wasted time getting these stuff, and now I didn't even get it
Yeah.
rolled over into the full game, which was lame. So yeah, that sucks. Anyway,
Yeah,
but this game is pretty cool. Obviously, Marvel
it
Rivals looks
is.
pretty cool. I can't wait to play as Magic and Storm
Yeah.
because I think they look really cool. I like their artwork.
Mhm.
I'm not sure about the other characters. As you guys know,
I
I'm all about the
yeah, I
waifus.
can say this already,
Hmm.
having been playing both the playtest and now into the full game, and I've been
Hmm.
playing more or less every character. Uh, there will be discussions when it comes to certain ones being a bit more powerful than others, for
Hmm.
sure.
Magic is one of
There
them, of
are
course, because she is a top tier waifu, isn't she?
maybe not so much. It's more like Hela. Is it that's how she's called? Hela?
Hella, the
Hela. Sorry, my bad. Hela.
yeah.
And also, what's her name? The Red Scarlet, the Red,
Really? Black Widow? Don't tell me Black Widow is
not
top.
Black Widow. No, she's a sniper character, not too strong at all.
Um,
Uh,
hmm,
what was her
Red.
name?
I'm thinking. Let me just
Oh,
go. Let me go to
why
my.
can't I remember?
What is she? I'm just gonna go to their website and I'll just look at
Yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
characters
yeah.
listed
Okay,
here.
I gonna do it like this as well, so I don't talk my mumbo jumbo any longer. Let's.
Okay, we've got
I'm gonna
heroes.
fix this. Sorry, guys, we're doing it live here.
We're doing it
Type in.
the way it should be, the right
Yep,
way.
yep, yep, yep. Okay, there we go. Let me see now. Mm-hmm. And then I
Um.
get the
Oh,
wrong
there's this
info.
girl. Um. Is it Cloak and Dagger?
No, no, it's Scarlet Witch. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah,
Scarlet
Scarlet Witch.
Witch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Right.
Star Lord can also be a bit busted. He's like a very, yeah, he's like a flanker, if you will.
I don't care about him.
Uh,
So about the characters that I like, the
Me neither.
waifus, right? How bad are they then? So like for Magic, for example, and Storm, who are very
No, no, but
waifuable.
pretty good. I would say Magic, not too bad. Storm, I played with Storm, but she's a bit weak for me.
Damn it.
I'm not sure if I played her right, but I have tried her both in the playtest and the actual game now, and she's not my favorite amongst the beautiful females in the game. That is for sure.
Okay, well,
Uh,
I guess it's the Russian waifu then. I'm gonna go whenever I install this game, I'm starting with Magic.
exactly.
That's just it. Because I have to say, of
Yeah.
the character designs, right, of all the character designs, if and this is for those of you who follow my top tier waifu of dreams sort of series
Mm.
that I put up on YouTube sometimes. If I had to rank these characters by top tier, right? Let me just go through the list. I will say Storm and Hela are top two. So I put Storm first, then Hela is number
Okay.
two. I think very waifuable. Then would be magic on that list. I'd say cloak. I'd say dagger from Cloak and Dagger would be 4, right? And then 5. Actually, no. Before dagger would be Black Widow. Then would be dagger. Then after that would be I don't know, man. The rest of them kind of
No, but I
ugly,
think
ugly
I'm
together.
kind of agree upon your list, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense. Actually, it's a funny thing that Nalu just mentioned in the chat when it comes to Shark being a support character. It's it's a character called Jeff the Land Shark.
I had to
And
Google
yes,
him. He's
yeah,
weird looking and funny.
it's weird looking, very fun. I actually that is one of the few I haven't played.
Mhm.
But he's a shark that like can shoot these bubbles, and you can like go with the shark. You can only see the shark fin sometimes. And the cool thing is, and this happened during the stream the other night. One of the opponents in the other team got a really good timing with his alt, I believe,
Mhm.
because he took 4 of us in one bite. And then
Wow.
you are in more or less inside of his stomach. So he swims away, if you will, well, swim on the ground, well, and then spits you out, like out of map. So poor people dead in our team. It was pretty cool.
Wow. He spits
So
you out of the
stuff like
map.
crazy stuff like that can happen. I played a lot with and have become quite good with. I think I told you already during the playstyle with Penny Parker.
Yeah, I remember
She's
you
a bit of a
mentioned that.
tanky, a bit more of the more advanced characters, if you will. But if you get her right, she's really good. I mean, all the characters are good, but as said, there are some that are better than others. I think it's hard not to get to that point or that kind of discussion. So we'll see what the devs are also going to do when it comes to balancing. I hope though, in a way, if they start to, how that can go, when they start to nerf or balance too much, it can
Yeah.
just become worse sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better that more is OP or everything is OP for that sake
hmm
than they start to just bring things down. Uh,
I think it's fine if there are some characters that are better than others because realistically speaking, most hero shooters are like that. There's always a
Yeah, most
character
hero shooters are like that.
who's
And yeah, and also to frank and honest, I mean, this is a team-based game, so it
yeah,
also comes down to the composition of the team,
yeah,
as we were saying. And you will definitely have a very, especially if you just play like the casual game modes and everything, there will be very different experiences. Sometimes your team is just, it's just you get into a good team and you just dominate the other team, or it can be the other way around and you have to struggle hard because yeah, it's gonna be tough. But with that said, it also comes down to what characters you play, the heroes you play, and as said, if you activate the kind of co-op abilities that I was talking about, then that can help you if you find these characters that match each other. And as said, in my case, I said in my case, since I've been playing Penny Parker quite some, then it's Spider-Man together with her and Venom. That can become quite like a special kind of ability. For me, for example, with Penny Parker, if I press on default on the keyboard, it's C, and then she get the Venom like arms or tentacles, almost
hmm
like when they're shooting out like that. So those kind of things can be quite fun and interesting, and they have funny voice lines, and everything is in place in many ways. So I think this game. Yeah, it's nice to see also. Yeah, the game comes out. It's not, I can't think of like bugs or problems with the game either. So that's good. Another plus, you know.
very cool.
Uh, and I looked through the story. It just looks like cosmetics as it should be when it
hmm
comes to the monetization system. So good. Yeah.
It just needs a lot of great waifu costumes, and I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, yeah. There are quite some already if you check out the store and everything. But they will of course add more
mhm,
when the seasons are
as it
yeah,
goes
when the
on.
new season starts, exactly when they continue and all that beautiful stuff.
I have to say,
Uh,
Magneto looks epic. Like the
yes,
his character looks imposing, in a really cool way.
yes. I
So
played with him once only.
mhm,
Awesome, but again, it's fun. I think it is cool, and as said, when you take some time with maybe one or two or three, I would say maybe two or three characters. If you take time and really learn them well, you can have a lot of fun and also do really well in the game.
mhm.
So cool. And I see already that they have some tournaments. There was like one I went into just to look
Really?
at it. It was one here in Europe, like $20,000 prize money or something like that. So
Wow.
yeah, they have already started to become pretty active when it comes to both like ranked and everything. So yeah, I think this is it's a good game. It's a good addition to what we already have out there. I can say straight, yeah, I can say, and I know that Isaac will agree with me. I have more fun playing this than Overwatch. I have to be frank and say
Mm-hmm.
that. You and I have talked about these games also before, since both you and I choose to play Paladins more
Mm-hmm.
than Overwatch.
Yeah.
So so already there you have a difference when it comes to or what we might prefer or not. But
This might be the new Paladins, to be honest. It might just be.
it might just be in a way somewhere in between the two in a way. And
Yeah,
I mean, I think the good thing for the game and the developers and everything is, of course, it's a well-known universe for
that is
most when it
true.
comes to the heroes and who they are and the you know the powers and everything. So that can be cool. Yeah, now I keep hearing they can snipe with a shark. I don't know really if you can do that. Maybe. As said, I've one of the few I haven't played as, so I don't know. But if you're interested, you can of course, well, playing it. Of course, you should if you want to, but also go and read about the characters. Uh, yeah, it's nice. I know that Adam had played the game the other day, quite some with friends. He went on playing with Loki. I haven't played Loki.
Ooh, really?
He's of course using like trickery and stuff, so you can put out like images of yourself, and it's hard to know for the opponents. Oh, which is the real one? So stuff like that. Yeah, the Norse god of mischief. Hmm.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay,
Yeah, but
how
yeah.
about we jump onto some movies and telly? For me
Hmm.
personally, game wise, I'll just add in here that I haven't really been playing much of anything this week, anything new that I want to mention. Of course, you guys know I pop into eFootball. Probably on a bi-daily basis, and play a match or two, and it's kind of like my unwind game. So yeah, other than that, really no gaming really this
Yeah,
week.
I'm
Nothing.
gonna add one thing to the gaming since you don't have more to add because I think I wrote it to you. I have been continuing to play because there's been quite a few games coming out recently,
Hmm.
also free to play in my kind of field of games. I've talked about Delta Force, and
Hmm.
it's now since the 5th of December
Hmm.
out in an open beta, so anyone can play it.
Hmm.
And it's a free to play Battlefield-like game, but it also has a separate game mode, which is an extraction shooter. I'm not so much for extraction shooters, but I did play
Hmm.
it the other day with another Swede in my stream, and it's kind of cool. I mean, it's impressive what they've done with the game as a whole because
Hmm.
there's a lot to do in the game, considering also it's a free-to-play game
Hmm.
with a lot of like customization options if we talk about that, but also of course a lot of guns to unlock, and
Hmm.
they have a pretty much an yeah, they have an in-depth system when it comes to the weapons also. You can not only like of course put a lot of attachments on them, but
Hmm.
you can fine-tune the attachments. So you get it even more tweaked to your liking, maybe increase the control if you want to the handling, maybe the aim down sight speed, stuff like that. And of course it has a cost then on the other end, so to say. So it's a bit of plus and minus thing you have to calibrate.
Hmm.
But that's pretty cool. The extraction mode, I found that for me, the first off, the TTK was too fast. I think in an extraction mode where you have, you loot like looting and before you're extracting, and you might run into both AI and real players. That's a mix in there.
Hmm.
They took away the AI when it comes to the bigger battlefield, like more casual game modes, which I think was a really, really good thing. They actually listened to the community,
Hmm.
the feedback from the playtests. But the AI makes sense in the extraction mode together with real players. But the TDK is really fast, and it's way too fast for my taste, especially considering that you are wearing armor and you also have different kind of ammo. Now, there's a thing that some players have been noticing now when the game is close to a relaunch, so to say, being an open beta. The developer said it's only going to be, we swear it's only going to be, cosmetics, not going to be a pay to win situation.
Hmm.
But it seems when it comes to the extraction mode that you can buy through the battle pass, uh, so that you get better ammo,
Ouch.
ammo, and also I think actually armor. Because yesterday when I was playing and I played for the first time, I had very basic armor. I had full metal jacket, but like rounds when it comes to ammo, but they had purple armor. They had uh, better guns. It was really hard to compete because I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay. So not sure I will stay there and play that, to be honest, because if you do, you gotta, you know how that is. You have to spend time to
You gotta
learn where is
grind.
the best loot on the map, and where to go first, and when to extract and where to extract. There are different points, and maybe there's one that is better than another in a certain situation. I'm not going to spend the time there. I'm just fine with playing Delta Force a bit like on the side on when it comes to the more casual. I made a video the other day talking about the it's like if you can call it a review, but it's more like impressions, since I played also the former like closed play tests, and overall they've done a good job for, especially for being a free to play game, even though there of course is things they probably need to look into balance wise as well. But this worries me a bit if they actually put themselves in a situation where they have to explain for the community, well, we did like this because they did, like, we swear we will not have any pay to win habits in the game. Okay, we'll see about that.
Lied.
Uh, but
Yeah.
that's the extraction mode. Tried it out. Not bad. Absolutely not bad. I enjoyed. It's fun when you play with a friend or two. That's usually fun, even though it might not be a certain game mode or game that you like want to continue to play like for hours or days or something like that. Uh, but yeah, that's Delta Force Extraction. It's Delta Force is getting some quite a few players now in there. So, and I can understand why. Now is saying something. Last money in the NFL, it was the Dallas Cowboys versus Cincinnati Bengals, but they did it with a crossover with The Simpsons and
Mm.
looked horrible, but funny at the same time. That sounds cool. Yeah, good. I guess you watched the match then, right? Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't say I've watched I watched the NFL much, so
No, I mean either. I mean,
other than the odd Super Bowl maybe, but yeah, I haven't really not really something that I guess most non-US based people tend to partake in. But I'm happy that it was interesting. The Simpsons is pretty cool. That being said, let's talk about some telly, and
absolutely.
I'll jump in with what I've been watching this week, which is something called Don John. This is actually the second time I've watched
Don
Don
John.
John.
Yeah, I recognize this, I believe.
Yeah, so it stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah, it's
And
this movie, romantic comedy.
it
Okay.
is a romantic comedy. In the film, Joseph Gordon-Levitt he's addicted.
It's old. It's from 2013.
It is from 2013.
Cool.
He is addicted to corn. That is a corn. And
Okay.
basically he meets her and she's this pretty girl and they start some sort of relationship, and because he's an attractive guy, he usually gets women, but
Mm.
she makes it difficult for him. He falls for her, but at the same time he still likes his corn, and she doesn't like that, and it sort of it goes down a rabbit hole of this relationship that they have together and all this sort of stuff. And then there's another person that is introduced later on the line that adds to the story. And it's an interesting plot. It's an interesting story. Very fun. Very fun
Cool.
film. Yeah, very
But
mature.
you said, had you watched it before, or what did you
I've seen this
say?
before. I've definitely seen this movie before. The thing is that when I watched it, I forgot that I'd seen. Like when I saw a trailer or some sort of clip of it on YouTube, I was like, "Oh, this looks like a good movie. I haven't seen this before with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Scarlett Johansson." And then I started to watch it, and I was like, "I all of this seems so familiar to me." So I must have watched this at some point in the past and just forgot.
Mm.
You know. So for me, I will give this. It's a 6.5 on IMDb. I will happily give it a 7. I don't
Oh,
think I'll give it
nice.
more
Yeah.
than a 7. I think 7 is a good solid rating for this movie. I
It
think
is. It is. It's above average for
it
sure,
is
and
above
means that
average.
you. Yeah.
It is definitely above average, and so I have to say, Scarlett Johansson's character really, really annoyed me in the film. But at the same time, she's designed to be that way. You know, she's
Yeah,
designed
yeah, yeah.
the way she talks, the kind of the voice and everything. You know, and then yeah, I like the family. I like the family around him. I like the other characters and so forth. And I don't know. I think the thing for me where I didn't really, I guess I didn't really, my where I probably take away points from is I don't feel like we got a conclusion at the end. It sort of ended in a way of like, he's things have changed, but there's no like real proper conclusion, at least from my perspective.
Mm.
I felt like they ended the film in a very open-ended way, whereby they could potentially make a second film or something like that, or whatever have you. But it wasn't something where I felt like it ended, and there was nowhere else for the film to go. There were
Yeah.
spaces they could film, but then it's sort of nice in the same way because sometimes you don't need an ending for a film. But yeah, that is Don John. It's a good movie. I liked the film. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It also has is it her name? I think is Julianne Moore is also in there.
Oh, Julianne Moore. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Also good
Tony
actress.
Danza is in there as
Mm.
well. Let me see this, and Brie Larson is in there. I didn't even recognize Brie Larson in there. Holy mug of juice!
Aha.
Didn't even clock her. Didn't even know she was in there.
Okay.
But I guess she plays a character, named
Must have
Monica. And I
been.
have no idea who the hell Monica is because I can't remember her from the film.
Hmm.
But yeah, Brie Larson is in there somewhere apparently. Yeah, I'm just looking through the cast list and see if there's anyone else I recognize. I don't recognize anyone else, except for probably Paul Ben Victor. I recognize Paul Ben Victor.
Aha. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's recognizable, but the rest of them don't know who they are. And but it was a good film, really, really good film. And I would say the two most fun characters in the film would have been Joseph Gordon-Levitt himself, which he's an amazing actor, and Tony
Yes.
Danza was he's fun, he's a fun character. So yeah, I think those they shine whenever the two of them were on screen, especially when they were on screen together. They have a father-son relationship because Tony Danza plays the father. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is the son. Whenever they're on the screen together, it's fun. It's fun seeing them
Yeah.
interact. They're very Italian family. There's a lot of cursing, a lot of profanity. You know, there's like scenes where the two of them they're talking about women, and it's like you look at it and you just think, yeah, that's typical father son kind of
Okay.
conversation kind of thing, kind of guy time. When he brings over his girlfriend, and the mom is like, "Oh, come in here," and the ladies go off to their lady room. The guys are just there like, very nice, good job, son, good job. So
Okay, one of those moments.
one
Yeah.
of those moments. So yeah, I definitely loved it. I think it's a good movie. But again, 7 out of 10 for me. I think if you asked me on the day I watched it, I'd probably give it a higher rating. But I think giving it some time to sort of like um to sort of mull it over, yeah, it's a 7. It's a 7. There's
Cool.
again, as I say, a lot of adult content in it, so this is definitely not for the chibis, the young chibis. Nope, at all. Need to be a bit
No,
more
I
older.
can imagine. I read a bit about the movie when you were talking about it, and I'm like, well, yeah, I guess this is an adult kind of story. Yeah. Yeah.
Very adult themes and very adult footage. Because I say he's addicted to corn, they show you the corn. So I'm just saying,
Oh,
right?
they do.
You
Okay.
see the
Oh,
corn. So
the
yes,
corn.
the
Okay.
corn. So
Got
yeah,
it.
so good movie, and that's what I've watched this week. Raj, what have you been watching this week?
Yeah, since how am I gonna say this? Yeah, because since we had like a week off
Mm-hmm,
some time ago, I have been watching quite some, but I thought I would talk about the movie I was supposed to talk back then and then
mm-hmm,
catch up later.
mm-hmm.
Because I can spoil already that soon I want to talk about the Beetlejuice movie, and also a series on Netflix that Annalie said that we should watch, and I was like, really? Oh, it's with Keira Knightley. It's a kind of a thriller series called Black Doves, and I was like, it was really good. But I will talk more about that later. This time, I wanna talk about horror. Before I go into the actual movie, which is really good. Uh, I saw a great trailer the other day. I usually don't watch trailers so much because we talked about it, you can get spoiled and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. But this is for a movie coming next year that is anticipated, at least for me and a lot of others. Isaac sent me the, of course, the trailer. There's a movie that was made in 2002 called 28 Days Later. And then in 2007, 28 Weeks Later. And now, next year, it's going to be 28 years later. And this is great stuff. This is great horror movies. And if you haven't watched them, like apocalypse movies when it comes to zombies and everything, I have talked about these movies before, and because, for example, Cillian Murphy is the main character. And the funny thing is, of course, if you think about all the years that has passed from 2002 up till now, it's 30 years more or less. So it's kind of cool that they do it like that.
Mm.
But the movie I want to talk about, that's going to be next year. But the movie I want to talk about is the quite, yeah, it's been a lot of talk about this movie. From what I believe, the director is a female director from France, I believe, Coralie Fergot. I think that's how you say it. I
Mm.
hope I didn't screw her name up. And we have stars like Demi Moore, for example, Dennis Quaid in the movie. And I think I mentioned that this is one of those movies that takes place in more or less only 2 or 3 locations. It's not very like going all over the city or traveling or in another country. No, it's very focused on one place. And in focus, definitely for sure, is Demi Moore. And she's doing a really, yeah, literally naked part in this movie,
Really?
both physical and emotional. Yes. This is a movie where, well, she's a celebrity, almost like playing herself, but at the same time not. Very exaggerated, if you will, to a certain extent. She's a fading celebrity that takes a black market drug. This is probably a bit in the future, which is a cell replicating substance that temporarily creates a younger, better version of herself.
Really?
But there's a catch to this, because when she starts to process, because she starts to realize I'm getting very old, and this also raises like quite some topics when it comes to real life, the beauty ideals, especially for women and all that stuff.
Mm.
And she has to be on a very strict scheme or schedule. So her younger version of herself, if you will, have like 7 days
Mm.
where she can be her and do whatever she wants. But then at the same time, Demi Moore being the original and the older version, she's lying like having been fed with some chemical nutrition during that week in a kind of a closet in her home, more or less. So then they exchange place.
Mhm.
But of course, you early on start to realize this is not going to work out well, because yeah, someone yeah, I'm not going to spoil, but of course someone wants to take more time in life than the other and
Mhm.
not following the rules so strict, which comes with a cost, a terrible cost, especially for one of them. And at the end, maybe more than that. This is great, both drama, psychological horror, and horror in itself. It's also
Oh.
dark comedy. It's dark comedy,
Mm.
and I think that's by far one of the best movies I've seen this year. It's really good. I think this director has the French director, sorry, has done a really good job. It has a 7.4 on IMDb. For me, it's easily an 8, definitely.
Mm.
Uh, if you are into horror, you have to watch this. If you're a bit like, yeah, I can watch a horror movie if it's good, sure, I can think a good movie is always a good movie, then yeah, go ahead, watch it.
Mm.
I think it's definitely worth it. So the substance, starring especially Demi Moore, I say especially, she's the focus on the camera.
Mhm.
I heard also a very interesting interview regarding her role in this movie,
Mhm.
and a crazy, very unpleasant character when it comes to Dennis Quaid. It's
Mhm.
also filmed sometimes in really fun and interesting perspective with the camera up front to the nose and everything. It's good stuff. This is
Mhm.
really good. I like it. The Substance. There we
Substance
go.
looks interesting. I think I believe it is available on Prime. When I say trade, it says Prime Video. I wonder if
Yeah, I think
it's.
it should be there now. Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a free watch, or do I have to have a subscription
I
to?
think it's a subscription, but I'm not sure. Usually nowadays, some of the newer movies on Amazon gets or Prime gets like on the you have to rent them like first and then
This one
sometime
is
after they or
this one is with a service for me here. It's saying it's with a service called Mubi, Mubi.
uh-huh.
So I have to have a subscription of that on Prime to watch it, or I can purchase it for £13.99 or rent it for £4.99.
Okay.
If I want to rent it, that is.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
Amazon needs to do better. Make it
Yeah.
part of just a
Yes.
regular Prime subscription. And nobody got time to
Exactly.
to get in more and more subscriptions.
Hurry up. Yeah.
Sort this out, Amazon. Sort this out. You know, how you expect more people to watch these sort of films if you're going to just have all these other lubblers around it.
True.
Um, but yeah, sounds interesting. Sounds like
Absolutely.
an interesting
It's
watch.
good.
I will probably not watch this anytime soon, but if it does pop up on the like free to watch, maybe I might watch it with Alex because I know these are her kind
your
of films.
missus has to watch this. I know
Yes.
she's when it comes like me likes horror stuff and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is just it's really good. I liked it a lot. So let's see about that. But also, if you get time to watch, for example, I think Beetlejuice. Where did I watch that? That was on Max, I believe,
Is
since
it
we have
so
Max.
many subscriptions? Let me see. Let me see. You see the thing, but if you didn't have to have so many subscriptions, I'd probably it'd be easier, you know, easier to
Yeah.
just sort of Beetlejuice 2024. Currently, it's on Apple right now for $13.99. Ooh, it's $13.99 on everything, Google and
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Prime. Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I was just thinking if you watch it, we can talk about it later on both of us. But
I will
if it's
consider.
not on
I
the
will
right,
see.
yeah, yeah,
I will
consider.
see if I have the opportunity to do so.
Because I guess you saw the first one many years
Oh
ago,
yeah. I
didn't you?
mean,
Yeah. The classic
it's
one.
been some years. I'll probably want to rewatch it. A film that I want to see this weekend or this coming weekend. I'm trying to see if I can make arrangements to go see it. Is it the Gladiator 2?
Aha, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I am like I gotta save myself when it comes to watching it. See, I gotta watch it at home.
You're gonna watch it at home.
I've heard it's not like
It's not that good.
great, but nah, no.
I heard differently. I heard it's actually decent.
You
It's
have
just yeah,
okay.
because
Here
I'm.
in Sweden, it has gotten like from two of the major papers, if you will, here, like
Mhm.
newspapers, it has a 3 out of 5. So it's
What?
like, oh,
Oh, 3 out of
okay,
5 is
yeah.
actually 3 out of 5 is not bad. That's
No,
above
it's not
average.
bad, but
It's not great. It's above average. 'Cause,
it's it's okay. It's
it's
okay.
a 6.9 on IMDb right now, 72% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what the tomato let's see what the viewers give it 82 though. Popcorn meter.
Okay.
So actually viewers like it. I am gonna check it out this weekend in the
Yeah,
theaters,
do that and let
and
us
then we
know.
will talk about it. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. No, I want to watch it. I mean, I really liked the first movie, of course. It was super good.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the first movie though. I can't remember anything
I
about it.
watched it 3 times, so
I can't remember anything. My brain is mush at this point when it comes to remembering films. So
yeah, but that that's how it is when you've been watching so much over many years.
yeah, everything just
I
sort of
tend to
bleeds
have a
together.
pretty good memory, although the when it comes to movies, but it at the end, if I start to miss out things when it comes to the actual movie and what happens,
Hmm.
I do remember actors and actresses. That I think we talked about that before. I usually
Hmm.
like, oh yeah, she was in that movie and blah blah blah. But yeah, we remember
Definitely.
different things. So
Definitely. Gladiator 1. Let's just see on Netflix. Is it available to watch on Netflix here for me? Let's see. Nope, it's not. It's not Netflix for me here. It does show up. It says remind me whenever it shows up on Netflix. It is not on Amazon either unless I pay for it. So I need to find where it is available for streaming here in the UK, and then maybe Apple TV UK. Maybe I get a 1 week subscription to Apple TV and then watch it and then cancel it. It
yeah, you
says
can do something like that too.
yeah, it says watch on Apple TV right now. So I may just do Apple TV and cancel it after. It's also on iTV here in the UK,
Uh huh.
which is a free which is free to watch. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you need to pay for to watch this, but we'll see. We'll look into it. Take a look,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'll watch the first Gladiator at home because I can't remember how that film goes. I'm sure once I start watching, I'm like, oh right, I remember this.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you will. You will for sure. Yeah. But
yeah,
it's worth it. It is a good movie, and it's definitely worth your time.
It is classic stuff, and then Gladiator 2, because
Yeah.
I think Denzel Washington stars in Gladiator 2
Yes.
as
Yes.
well, and so yeah, I think this is also, if I'm correct, I think this is his last film. I think that's what I think I heard. I heard this is
I heard
his.
something too
I think this
regarding
is his
that, but at
last
the
film.
same time, I think I heard something about, or am I mixing things up? Because I've seen when it comes to Denzel Washington, and I might have talked about it. I rewatched the Equalizer movies
Oh, really
with
good,
him.
really good. I
Yeah,
watched one
one,
of them
two, and then
recently.
I saw three as well, not
Hmm.
too long ago.
Hmm. I saw some. I think I saw one and two over the last Christmas. I rewatched
Oh,
those.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, really, really good movies.
yes,
He is pretty cool. So, but yeah, him. If this turns out to be his last movie, I kind of want to see it. I can't. I'm not saying I'm a big Denzel Washington fan. I'm not. But he has some really good movies, and he's a.
he has. No, I think so too. I think it's the same for me. I'm not like a huge fan, but I think he's good. I mean, he has something, and he
Mhm.
can get that through the
And he's an
camera,
icon
so
in
to
the
say.
in the film space. I think
Yes, yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
when there was a period of time where he was like Hollywood's golden actor. Like
Yeah.
like every good film was a Denzel Washington film at one point in time. He had some
Mm.
really, really good films. And then like with everything, sort of faded away a bit. But I mean, him coming back with Gladiator 2, co-starring in this, with hopefully it's good. Hopefully when I watch it, it's great
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
myself.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm thinking about taking Zavi to see it. Yeah, I think that's who I'll take. I'll go with him. Be a guy,
Cool.
sort of
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
guy
Do
weekend.
that.
Just chill and watch some men do manly things and rip
Yeah.
heads off of lions or something. I don't know. But but yes, that's it. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Mm.
I think we've got a podcast, Rog. What do you think?
I think so too. We have come to the end.
Very nice.
No, it's been great. We have been rambling on for quite some time. No, not really rambling on. We hopefully you guys that have been here, thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching and listening and all that beautiful stuff.
Hmm.
And I hope you got some good tips. And as always, it's so nice to have you around. I wish you a great week now, the continuation of your week, and hope to talk to you also next week. That's going to be, well, quite close to Christmas for those of you that are celebrating. So, with that said, stay healthy, have a good one, and talk to you soon again. Muffin and out.
Beautiful as always. Google is asking me to verify my identity.
Yes, I am me.
They do this to me from time to time. The last time they did this to me, I was on holiday. But yes, they are doing it again on my main computer. I'm not sure why. That being said, yeah, it's been a good episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you found some good suggestions for films and games that you may want to check out. Other than that, you can find Roger Fortis Plus number 40 at SPLISH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday. That's correct.
Correct.
Beautiful. You can find me at LPGardens, LPGRDIN, Garden.eu, pretty much everywhere else. You can find us at Simply Binge or at Simply Binge UK. And as always, we wouldn't like you guys to miss out on every episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like to subscribe to this podcast on Castbox, Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, SimplyBinge.com, and elsewhere. And we're so confident that you're going to like it, that we're giving it for free. So, as always, guys, this has been queued for your pleasure. It's a wrap. That's the episode. La. My eyes twitching. I need to get some rest, probably, maybe. I need something to drink. I'm thirsty. Roger, I can't hear you for some reason.
I muted myself. Sorry. Have you, have you had a lot of screen time, like watching?
I don't know. If I'm being honest, I think it's a stress thing, but
Yeah, that could be the case.
it's as I say, it's been a bit of a tense week. No,
Oh, okay.
I think it's a bit of that. So
Have you slept enough, or?
I slept pretty much all day today. I don't think I did much today. I think last night I was awake most of the night, and so I slept in today. And so tomorrow we shall see. Tomorrow be
Yeah,
tomorrow be
okay.
a better day. We shall see. Fingers crossed. Crossing the
Hmm.
fingers. But yeah. That